It is the Notorious Jawcast from Canada's most notorious city. I'm Craig Hemingway, Manager of Communications and Stakeholder Relations, and glad to be joined by our Director of Parks and Recreation, Derek Blais. Derek, how you doing?
Hey, good, Craig. How are you doing?
Excellent. And our Manager of Recreation Services is Scott Osmachenko. Hello, Scott.
Hello, Craig.
Well, Scott, you've got a nice, that'd be a fall day, I guess, in your background. We'll get to what the pathways mean and what role they're playing in our discussion today in a moment. But maybe, Scott, I'll quickly talk with you just because we're still in winter. Winter is hanging on, which isn't great for many things, but it is great for users of our outdoor rinks. Give us status update.
For sure, yeah, it looks like the groundhog did predict a little bit longer winter than expected. So, but based on that, our outdoor rink program is still fully functioning. We have all of our rinks except for Wood Lily functioning right now. The oval's ready, but so yeah, it's not really cold. It's actually perfect outdoor ice conditions right now. So that -10. So lights are still on, crews are still flooding, scraping. So still time to go enjoy winter here in Moose Jaw.
And we'll do that until the weather doesn't cooperate?
That's right. The best message is if the lights are off, the rink is closed. That's kind of the easiest way to describe it. We do have all our information on our website related to times when the shacks are open, locations. But again, if the weather cooperates, we will keep the outdoor rinks open.
Excellent news. Well, listen, a lot to get to and a couple of very substantial plans in the Parks and Recreation Department we want to talk about. And Derek, we'll get to the Trails and Pathways Master Plan in a moment. But the overall Parks and Recreation Master Plan has been now officially adopted by City Council. I guess first, Derek, can you talk about what this means? And because it took us a while to get here, it was a very extensive process, and how happy you are to now be able to move forward.
Yeah, I know we're absolutely thrilled that the plan has been adopted, and we're ready to start implementing some of the action items that are stemming from the plan. And at the end of the day, the primary goal of our department is to provide services that really enhance the quality of life here in Moose Jaw. That's why we come to work every day, is we want to focus on the services that we provide and the different recreational amenities that we offer, and having a plan to get us to the point of achieving our goals and is crucial. And the most important part of this is it's a community-led plan. There was a significant engagement process that was underway through the plan development, and getting the feedback from our community of what they want Moose Jaw to look like in the future, whether it's a near term or long term. I think the impact that we received through that was extremely important and got us to where we are today, and having a plan that's been adopted, our first one since 1976. So we're really excited about that.
Only 47 years ago. So it was time. There's so much in there, and you can head to moosjaw.ca/notoriously engaged to find the links to the plan and those things. But you indicated first steps. Derek, can you talk a little more what those first steps might be?
Yeah, for sure. So we, I guess, yeah, maybe to preface it a little bit here, we do have the plan on our website. Kind of explains the process that we undertook, but also has a copy of the 176-page master plan. So if anyone's interested in just reviewing some of the recommendations in there, everything is available on the city's website. There are three key themes when it comes to looking at our deliverables from the plan. One being development and infrastructure, service delivery, and the third one being programming. The service delivery and programming initiatives that have been recommended are some that we are going to start to look at right away. Again, all the initiatives have been prioritized from near term to long term, but those are some of the quick wins that we're going to start looking at here in 2023. The development and infrastructure ones, again, a lot of those are based on funding availability. So we will be able to action, or we do have some of those recommendations that are underway, but a lot of them will rely on upcoming budget deliberations and whatnot to be fully implemented. But yeah, we're definitely going to be building a lot of these recommendations into our work plans and starting to action them in the very near future.
Well, it is very exciting, and you mentioned it's a huge document, but you don't have to read it all in one night. We encourage you to take a look, bite it off in chunks, a couple pages a day, just to get a sense of what we're trying to accomplish and what we'll accomplish with the community's help and council over the coming years. So it is very exciting, and no shortage of plans at the city of Moose Jaw. We have just launched an engagement process for a master plan for our trails and pathways. Derek, can you give us a little insight on that?
Yeah, for sure. And one of the key recommendations coming out of our Parks and Recreation Master Plan was to create an active transportation strategy, which essentially is the Trails and Pathways Master Plan that we're currently working on. In order to advance this plan, we had applied for a grant through the Active Transportation Fund offered by the federal government, and were successful in obtaining the necessary funding to develop the plan. So the project kicked off in December of last year. Yeah, we're working with Lees and Associates Consulting. They're I guess, experts in this area when it comes to active transportation, when it comes to trails planning for municipalities, and very happy to be able to work with them. There's a number of different phases throughout the plan development process, 5 phases, I guess, to be exact. Phase 1 was just the project background review and just conducting an inventory of our current trails and pathways system and all the different amenities that come with it. That phase is well underway and will be wrapped up here very shortly. And then within the last couple of weeks here, we've started the second phase, which is our first round of engagement. With that, there's a public survey that's been launched that closes next Monday, March 13th. So encourage residents to help us out by filling out that survey. It's a quick survey, should only take 5 to 10 minutes to complete. Once that engagement phase is complete, we'll be moving into the drafting the preliminary version of the Trails and Pathways Master Plan through phase 3, which is expected to occur here in March and April. Once the draft is ready, we'll be going into another final round of engagement to review the draft, to review some of the recommendations contained, to make sure that we have completely included all the feedback that we've received through the community. Once that input is completed, we look to, or is, I guess, incorporated into the plan, we'll move into the final phase, which is finalizing the plan and taking it forward for adoption. So we hope to have all this kind of wrapped up by the end of June to meet all our grant timelines, but also to be able to potentially implement some of the initiatives here in 2023. So and just one thing I did forget to mention too, as part of this consultation program that we have going on right now, we have held various focus groups last week with a number of different stakeholders in regards to the plan development. So it's not only the public survey that we're relying on, there is some stakeholder sessions that are occurring as well.
No, that's very important to note. And so, Scott, your background is that near Elks Field?
No, this is actually in Crescent Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is that then a trail or a pathway? How is that classified?
I'm going to call it a pathway because it's a nice paved pathway that's maintained. Trails are kind of that maybe formal, but not quite so perfect condition that are maintained all the time. So, we call them goat trails, cow trails, deer trails, stuff like that. But yeah, that's definitely a pathway behind me.
Terrific. Well, and as Derek alluded to, the survey doesn't take very long, and the types of questions, I guess, in the survey, Scott, just really about user experiences and how they could be better.
Yeah, that's right. We're kind of just wanting to know how you use the trail. What do you use the trail for? Any types of connectivity. And yeah, that's what we're looking for. Like, how do you use the trail, and how would you like to use the trail?
Awesome. Well, we've got links to the survey at moosejaw.ca. I encourage you to take that again. March 13th is the cutoff to get those surveys completed. Scott, sticking with you, we talked already a little bit about how the winter is hanging on, but it's going to probably transition pretty quick then once winter ends into spring and summertime. And this is the time of year now where you and the Parks and Rec team, you're actively getting notoriously active in hiring for summer, and now is the time for people to get their applications in. Is that right?
That's right. So yeah, we have we always are looking for lifeguards instructors, so that program recruitment was always ongoing, but we have a lot of those courses coming up, especially over the Easter break. That's a big time to do some training. But we do have all of our summer leaders, so if you want to work at the R Center with the day camp, our playground program, youth activity centers, we are actively recruiting those individuals. So we have 2 courses, April 11th, June 17th. We have our Principles of Healthy Childhood Development course that you could take, learn about how to program, deal with children to make it the best day ever. So we encourage everyone who's interested, take a look at that course, and then apply. We're looking it's a great summer job for anyone in high school, university, and it's really rewarding. A lot of people I've talked to and that have worked there say that was one of their best summers. They got to work outside, work with kids, work great hours too. So if anyone's interested, again, check out the website, register online, and we'd be great to talk to anyone who's interested.
Fantastic. That'd be our careers page they would go to?
Yeah, they can go to the careers page, definitely on the website. Check that out. It lists what you need to do. And again, register online or visit the Yara Center or the Sportsplex in person.
And as always, I guess now's a good time to mention that, encourage people again, remind them to use the City of Moose Jaw app, or on the website, the online recreation registration link to sign up for any of the ongoing programs you've got, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that is the best. I would check out the website for information, specific schedules, courses, all that information is definitely on the online registration links. But the app, again, can't promote. That's all in your hands. All the information you need is right there.
All right. One final thing, Derek, I'll just throw to you. I know at a recent council meeting, we got council approval to move forward and make an application for some federal grant funding that if approved would go towards a new outdoor pool. Can you just clarify that grant, what we've applied for, and how it might be used?
Yeah, for sure. So as a community is likely aware, we continue to explore some external funding options to ultimately replace our aging Phyllis DeWar outdoor pool with a new modern outdoor aquatic park that includes a new change room building. So one of the grants that we came across was the Green and Inclusive Community Buildings Fund offered through the federal government. We submitted a request to City Council to pursue this funding opportunity, which was approved, and we're very grateful for that. And yeah, we've submitted our application, and we'll see where it all lands. If successful, the program would fund up to 60% of our eligible cost to replace the pool, which would be of huge assistance in getting the outdoor pool replaced. So we're holding on to some hope here that our funding application is looked upon favorably, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Well, fingers crossed, and nice work getting that in. Well, Derek Blais, Director of Parks and Recreation, and Scott Osmachenko, Recreation Services Manager. We've covered a lot here. Anything we've missed?
I just want to remind everyone that we have the Playmore Palace opened until the 10th of April. So if you're still looking for some ice time, a birthday party, drop-in shinny, anything that you want to basically do from now till that Easter break, the Playmore Palace is open, and we're happy to accept any rentals that you might be looking for.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.